Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Kowalski again. I have to refer to our plant diagram that we already did. I don't have the answers on here because that's for you to finish up. But what I want you to do now is a writing piece, and your writing piece is going to be 5 paragraphs long. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You can title it or name it anything that you would like. For example, like plant parts might be a good title because that's what we're talking about in our writing. Remember that you always have to have an introduction. When you're doing your introduction, you don't write the word introduction. I am, because I'm telling you that you need to do that. But you just start writing the first paragraph. When you're doing your introduction, remember you're telling what are you going to be talking about? What are you going to be explaining? When it is an informational text or informational piece of writing, remember you don't have an introduction like, hi, my name is. That's not okay for a plant kind of a writing or a science kind of a writing. When you're doing informational writing, you don't have like, hi, my name is, or today I'm going to tell about. You just start to introduce your topic. Okay, so for your introduction, we've done this before. You could have something like, in science, we are learning about plant parts. And then you could say a little bit more about some of the plant parts that I'm going to be talking about are, and then you have to pick 3 from here. So you don't have to pick all of them, but you're going to pick 3. So let's say you pick roots, leaves, stem. Then you have to have 1 paragraph about roots, 1 paragraph about the leaves, and 1 paragraph about the stem. And you're just going to be explaining what do those parts do. So, for example, if you chose, you don't have to choose those 3, you can choose any. But for example, if you chose those 3, like I just said, then your introduction would be something like, in science, we are learning about plant parts. And then I am explaining facts about roots, leaves, and stem. And then that would be a good introduction, and then you can move on to the next paragraph. So you always want to tell in your introduction, what are you talking about? And then name your 3 things that you're going to have in your paragraph. Okay, so the next paragraph will be all about roots. You could do a heading if you want and call it roots. And then you would explain, I learned that the roots absorb minerals from the soil. And I learned that the roots hold the plant into the ground so that it cannot be fall over or be damaged. Okay? Then let's say you want to talk about, in the next paragraph, the leaves. You could do a heading like this, and then you have to say all the job of the leaves. What do the leaves do for the plant? The leaves do this for the plant by using this and this. Okay, so you're definitely going to need to use your diagram that you did to do your writing. So instead of just doing a diagram and labels now, you're putting it into paragraph form. Okay, and then your next paragraph, if you chose stem or whatever you chose, the stem does this for the plant. Actually, the stem kind of has 2 jobs too. I didn't mention that before, but the stem really has 2 jobs too, because it brings what up to the rest of the plant, and it also holds the plant how. Okay, and then you always need a conclusion. And your conclusion is not ever going to be the end. So your conclusion is restating what you already talked about. Those are the interesting facts that I learned about plant parts, or plants have many parts. The roots, the leaves, and the stem are just 3 of the parts that are very important for the plant, but you do have to have some kind of a conclusion where you just restated what you already told about. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to be 5 paragraphs long. Now we do have, from my other blogs, there are blueprints for this that your parents can copy if they want to. They can print them for you about informational writing. But if they don't, it's totally fine just to do on paper like I am. Just make sure that you're having your 5 paragraphs. They don't have to be tremendously long. You're just explaining about each of the parts. But you have to have your introduction. What are you going to be telling about? And you have to have your conclusion restating these. And you had to pick your 3 parts that you wanted to talk about. Okay, now, when later on today, I will be posting the answers for this diagram, but I will not be posting the answer for the writing because everyone will have a different piece of writing. Not everyone is going to pick these 3 parts, so I will not be posting answers for this. Please just, if your parents are able to take pictures of your assignments and send them to me, that would be great. If they're not able to, just save everything and I can check in with your parents myself when I call them. Okay, have a great day and have fun. And then since today's such a great weather day, you might want to get out, and like we said before, and look and see if you can find these different types of plant parts. Thank you for listening.